All right, guys. It looks like we are live. It's been a couple weeks. Apologize for that. The first week I was took my lovely wife to Key West for a wonderful vacation. Thank you to Lane, Wendell, and Erica. You guys made it really special. That was awesome. And uh, the last week we've been my wife's mother uh, had a stroke and dealing with all that. She's 90, full life and all that. So uh, it's just good to get out of the hospital a little bit, come down here and see you guys get back online for a second, do a quick show. I wanted to get caught up with the draft picks that we got. It was a weird draft. It was interesting. Joey's in the house. Hey, Joey, what's going on, buddy? So I haven't had a chance to kind of to get back into these. I know a lot of my friends have on their shows, and I've enjoyed catching up those when I can. But I did want to do. I'm going to give you the percent of chance that these guys are actually going to start this year, and then we'll get into whether they're even going to play or not. But I think we're going to see a lot of play time from these guys. So let's let's hop into it. So with our first pick, as we know, Jahdae Barron, cornerback out of Texas. So this was a surprise. In fact, I dare you to find anybody with a mock draft that had any of these players going to the Broncos. If they did, kudos to them. I know Nick Kendall had Jahdae Barron as one of the million mocks that he did. Can you tell I'm losing my voice? Yeah, it's going to go out. We're going to get through this though somehow. I've got some water with me. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, most of these picks were a surprise to me. So had a little time to reflect, and let's get into the chances these guys are going to play. So Jahdae Barron, top 20 talent for sure, arguably top 10, falls right in our lap there at 20. And if you think back to the draft, so we Broncos country, most of us, and this isn't everybody, but we were all. There were basically three ways it was going to go. It was going to go wide receiver. It was going to go running back. And then there was some, defensive line tackle type stuff that was being talked about as well. But I think most of us thought it was going to be a running back or a wide receiver. And then I believe the Panthers, I think the first shot across the bow was when Ted McMillan went to the Panthers. And that was the first player where we were all kind of like, ooh, okay, there's one of our guys is gone. And then, so I think it was right before we picked at 20, the Buccaneers took Egbuka, right? Emeka Egbuka. And those were our two kind of wide receiver targets. And I think it was some golden talk out there too, but basically those were the two. And, and then there was Loveland, of course, but he was already gone. So we were down at that pick, and it was Amari Hampton. Like we all knew it was going to be Amari Hampton, and I was did a live show with Ben at Sports Talk Denver that we did for the draft. 10,000 views, by the way, and thank you to everybody that watched that. That was amazing. When the Broncos picked Jahdae Barron, I want to say I was shocked, but I was surprised for sure. Maybe shocked. I don't know that I was disappointed though. This is a really, really great pick for the Broncos. He's going to contribute. He's going to be a big time player. He's going to really, with the other additions on defense, Funga and Dre Greenlaw. This is a hell of a defense, guys. So I'm going to give this one a 95% chance that Jahdae Barron starts at nickel. And he's versatile too. He could go outside. With some injury histories over there, he could play opposite of PS2 at the outside position if we need him there. And then apparently he's got some ability at safety as well. So he's 5'11", 200 pounds, not as rangy. So he could play some free safety or strong safety if we also need it. So yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that this young man will be playing a lot for the Broncos. I'm going to call it 95%. I don't think you can actually say 100% for anybody. All right, let's if you got any thoughts, and put them in the comments too. If you're not watching live, if you watch later, put your your percentage that these guys will play. I'd be really interested to hear that. But this is as hard of a pill as it was to swallow. That Amarian Hampton went. Didn't he go to San Diego? No, San Diego. Didn't he go to the Chargers? The LA Chargers. I still can't remember to say that. It's because I hate them. Yeah, he did. That was a little painful. And then I believe it was Trevion Henderson was the other kind of target that we all had there at 20. And he ended up going to the Patriots, right? At like 36 or 38, pick 38. So we get to the second round, and then we get this gem right here. This was one of my favorite picks of the whole draft. I think it's a perfect fit for the Broncos. Obviously, Sean loves this guy. He's already said that he's going to be in on third downs. This is another 95% chance he's going to start. Whether he's the first one out, at the beginning of the game, or he's the second one out, doesn't matter to me. It's running back by committee, but he's going to be on the committee. He's going to be a big part of this offense. He would be my running back 3 in the draft or whatever. So I was very happy with this pick, and I see no reason why RJ's not playing all the time for the Broncos. He can catch the ball. He's fast. He's powerful. There's a lot of talk about how small he was, but he's like a half-inch shorter than Ashton Genty, and his production is through the roof. Broncos traded back a few times and got him at 60. Had they not taken him, they wouldn't have got him. So call him a reach if you want. None of that stuff matters to me. He's good blue collar back, fast, compact frame. He's willing to get his nose in there and hit somebody. So like the pick, he's definitely playing. All right, so next up. All right, so this was Pat Bryant was completely unknown to me when we picked him. And I would say that he was pretty unknown to a lot of other guys that do shows out there. I know that some of the guys that I watched to learn stuff from didn't really have him on the radar at all. They've all since gone back and watched some film on this guy. I think he showed out a little bit at the Broncos minicamp this weekend as well, as RJ did. Gosh, this one's tough. Like, he's going to play. I don't think he's going to start, certainly not at the beginning of the season. Sean Payton's offense is notoriously difficult to learn at the start, especially for a rookie coming out. But he's a 3-year starter, so and he's got potential. He could play inside. I see, it's kind of a taller guy, right? Is it listed here? You would have thought there'd be some height and weight and stuff, but smooth. He's got great hands. I do know that about him from what I've seen. How am I not seeing like his height? But I get the feeling he's like a tall guy, like a 6'3" or something. So not the fastest cat in the world, but I'm gonna say 90% chance he plays. Start though, I'd give him a 10% chance of being a starter. I think that those positions are I think they're kind of covered up right now, at least initially when the season starts. So still love the pick, love the player, and we'll see where that goes. But Pat Bryant is going to be a contributor, but I don't think we can call him a starter. At least I can't. So, all right, now we're getting into the middle rounds or whatever. Jones at round 3, pick 101. I like this pick too, but he's kind of like a 4-3 defensive end. He's got some moves. He's got good bend. Be interesting to see how they use him if they play him on the line. I think he's kind of a bigger cat too, isn't he? 283, 6'6", 283. So yeah, I could see him being active for some games, but I would say let's give him a 20% chance of starting. If anybody has a better idea on that, let me know. But I'm not seeing that for a lot of these next few guys. The defense is just kind of solid the way it is. I think this is more of a depth pick. So we'll say 50% chance he plays. I'll go 60% chance he plays and a 20% chance, he's in the initial rotation there. So we'll see. Okay, Robinson. Okay, like this pick. I believe he's an edge. So again, not exactly a position group that needed a lot of help right off the bat. The group's pretty solid. I think we can all agree on that. But so this might be more of a developmental pick here. He's outside linebacker. It's kind of a spot that's like, I don't know, and he's kind of a tweener. So special teams certainly be something he could be into. Guys, you let me know what you think. But I'm saying, again, I'll do the same. I'll go 20% chance that he's in the initial rotations and then, 50-50. I could see him being inactive for a lot of the games this year. I think he'll be on the active roster. I don't think he'll go to the practice squad. I think you got to protect him there. But, 9.5 tackles for loss and 5.5 sacks. That's over his career. So he's 6'4", 243. Yeah. I mean, if he's got some moves and stuff, we'll see. Don't hate the pick. I guess I kind of lean towards more offense. That's just my general thing. Support Bo Nix, but some of these picks could really pan out, and especially knowing, as we all do, with all the contract situations that are coming up for the Broncos, I can't really argue too much with these guys picking, Robinson and Savion as well. I'm down with it. Well, here we go. Round 6. Crawshaw, the Crawshank redemption. Let's hope it's not a bunch of shanks, but this is probably your starter. So 95% chance we're going to see Jeremy Crawshaw playing. They cut Matt Hawk, and maybe they bring him back or they bring someone in at camp. We'll see how that works out. But for right now, he's our only punter that I'm aware of, unless something's changed. Like I said, the last couple of weeks have been crazy for me, so kind of in and out. But this is I think this is a good move for them. He averaged like 47 yards a kick or something like that, 45 yards a punt, and 25 of his 59 punts fell within the 20-yard line. So that's good numbers for him. I think he's going to do well in the altitude. It's just like a confident guy. He's Australian. He's a good mate. And that's my Australian. I'm really not sure how that works. I probably need to work on that. Except I've lost my voice, as you can tell, and I can't even talk. One more drink. And we're going to make it through this, guys, I promise. And then, so we're up to 1, 2, 3 starters for sure, ish. And then I still think, this one going to get a lot of playing time. So still good draft. And then our dart. This is our dart at the dartboard, right? Caleb Lohner. He's the basketball playing tight end. He's like 6'7". Yeah, 6'7", 250 pounds. He's caught 4 passes, all of them for touchdowns. So fun pick. I get why they took him, because if you don't take him, somebody else can or outbid you. And this gets him on the team, gets him into camp. We'll see. he's probably practice squad person. I know it's nice to get excited about these guys right after the draft and rookie mini camps and whatnot. We'll see what happens when camp rolls around, how they're using him. And maybe there'll be some packages for him later in the year. But I think honestly, guys, at the beginning of the year, we all tend to get really excited about draft picks, and during camp, we'll have people in the Hall of Fame halfway through camp. That's just the way, not just Broncos country rolls, but that's how all NFL teams and fans roll. Because, and I'm going to be very guilty of it when our guys start tweeting out live camps and winners of the day and all this stuff. Man, I'm going to be putting these guys in the Ring of Fame too. But at the end of the day, these guys, there's a trust factor. The coaches need to trust them. They need to know the playbook in and out. And not only do they need to know the game plan that week, they need to kind of know games can change. And then they need to have callback, because Sean Payton will call stuff that's not on the call sheet that week because they think they'll work this week. And these guys need to know these plays. So they're going to lean on guys with more experience. So this is definitely Caleb Lohner's definitely going to be like a project, a pet project. Love to see him take off and do well, because you got to love the traits. That tight end room isn't exactly our strong suit. So there's room for him to succeed. And so I give him a 10% chance, a 5% chance of starting, and I don't know, a 30% chance of having some playing time this year. And when I say playing time, I kind of mean, other than like a special teams thing or something. I think a lot of these rookies could get some special teams play. We'll see. I don't see Lohner actually doing that. I see him coming in some red zone packages, but that's kind of a tell. So he's going to have to show up somewhere else as well. So I do see that Joey says Barron and Harvey will start. Yeah, totally agree with that. He will. They both will start. Excited about that. Really excited about Harvey. That's my guy. And and I've grown to be excited about Pat Bryant as well. Those two guys right there, I think there's a chance they could be something. And if you guys have your favorites, leave them in the comment. If you're new to the channel, I'm Mike Carmellini. This is my channel. I love having you here. It helps me out a ton. If you'd like to subscribe. Thursdays we do our the Mic'd Up show, and this week I've got Glenn Hauser from MHRT Network, the 5280 podcast. You know him from there, and David from David Talk Sports. One of my favorite. He does a solo show. It's phenomenal. Super smart dude. Both these guys are just super smart, super big Broncos guys, and that's what I do every week. I have a host from one show, and I take him, and I take a host from another show, and I put them on the same show, and we keep score, and we announce a winner. But a winner's just it's all made up. I can't. But we'll do some trivia. We have some fun on the show, and these little shows here that I do are just to keep me sane. I love talking to you guys. I love talking Broncos, and I'm excited about the draft picks for the most part. The RJ Harvey pick kind of saved the draft for me. I was a big fan of Omarion Hampton there. I was hating our running back room last year, but I am higher on Harvey than maybe a lot of my friends and colleagues and fellow Broncos show hosts. So we'll see how it goes. I have high hopes for him. I think he's going to be fantastic, and can't wait for camp. Can't wait for the season. It's gonna be a little bit. So we'll do the shows, and we'll try and keep as entertaining as we can. But I just want to do a quick 20 minutes. I'm going to head back to check on the family now. So it's kind of a nice break, kind of good time to come in and see you guys. But I get back to the real world. But I will see you guys all Thursday night. And once again, thanks for being here. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. Go Broncos.